His name is Warren Buffett, and this is not just a story about money. It's a story of patience, vision, and character. Warren Buffett was born on August 30th, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska. His father was a stockbroker, and his mother a homemaker. At just 6 years old, he began selling Coca-Cola for a profit. He delivered newspapers, collected golf balls, and sold chewing gum door to door. By the time he was 16, he had saved up $5,000. That's about $60,000 in today's money. Buffett started his college journey at Wharton, but later finished at the University of Nebraska. Then he applied to Harvard Business School, and he was rejected. But that rejection turned out to be a blessing, because it led him to Columbia University, where he met the man who would change his life forever. Benjamin Graham. Graham taught him the philosophy of value investing. That a company's true value is often different from its market price, and Buffett absorbed this like a sponge. He didn't just learn investing. He found his purpose. After college, he worked for Graham's firm. But Warren had bigger plans. He wanted to build something of his own. In 1956, he started his own investment partnership. And just a few years later, he purchased a struggling textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. At first, it seemed like a bad decision, but Buffett had a vision. He would transform Berkshire into a holding company, a vehicle to invest in the greatest businesses in the world. Over the decades, Buffett invested in Coca-Cola, American Express, Apple, Kraft Heinz, and many more. Berkshire Hathaway became a $700 billion empire. Buffett's investment philosophy was simple, but revolutionary. Only invest in what you understand. Buy companies with real value, not hype. Think long-term, always. He invested in Coca-Cola because he believed in the brand. He invested in Apple because it became part of people's lives. He invested in American Express because it was woven into the fabric of the financial system. And every one of those decisions made billions. But it wasn't just the investments that made him legendary. It was how he lived, even today. Warren Buffett lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958. He has breakfast at McDonald's. He doesn't fly private jets. He drinks Coca-Cola, eats popcorn, and still uses a calculator because for Buffett, money is a tool, not the goal. And perhaps what made him most respected is what he did with that money today. I'm going to tell you the story of a man who was born in a small American town and became the most successful investor in the world. From a very young age, Warren had an unusual interest in business and money. He pledged to give away 99% of his fortune to charity. He co-founded the Giving Pledge with Bill Gates, an initiative to inspire billionaires to donate the majority of their wealth. Because to Warren, real wealth is what you give, not what you keep. During the 2008 financial crisis, while the world was panicking, Buffett saw opportunity. He invested in Goldman Sachs and Bank of America. And once again, he was right. Warren Buffett's story is not about getting rich quick. It's about patience, discipline, and integrity. Today, well into his 90s, he still works. He still writes annual letters to his shareholders. He still speaks at Berkshire Hathaway meetings. And he still says, you don't need to be a genius to be a great investor. What you need is a solid framework and the discipline to stick to it. He doesn't predict the market. He understands it. And that's why they call him the Oracle of Omaha. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Drop your favorite Warren Buffett quote in the comments below. Let's talk investing. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.